Alright, it does look like everything is about set up, so let me get my controller moving away from my microphone and coffee so I don't spill my coffee, because I'm really, really good at doing that. So let's switch out to the game itself. And so we were doing it wrong. That's what happens when you're not paying much attention and you just wake up. So, if you are new, hello, I am Robin Schadel. I haven't streamed on Twitch in a while, and I streamed this game last Saturday on my YouTube and Facebook author pages, and so I'm streaming it now all across my social media, except for Twitter. RIP Twitter. You were one of my favorite non-Raven birds. And this is This Way Madness Lies. Z-Boyd Games has come back to us after Cthulhu Saves the World and Cthulhu Saves Christmas with this wonderful little game where we have Shakespeare plus Magical Girls. In last week's episode, the Stratford-upon-Avon High Drama Society. And yes, I'm pretty sure that is a pun on Stratford-upon-Avon High School, where the girls attend and are part of the drama society, and that this is going to be a high drama society game. They traveled to Verona, which was under siege from plant monsters similar to Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors, and much to my dismay, they rescued Romeo, because Romeo has to find his Juliet, and all those innocent people have to die because two spoiled-ass rich teenagers can't be told no. So let us continue, shall we, and see where the story lies. So yep, I am level 10. I am playing this on easy for those who are curious, mainly because it's an RPG, and Z-Boy does a great job of adding into RPGs where, oh hey, you've got a lot of grinding to do, and as I found that as I've gotten older, I have far less patience for grinding experience levels than I used to. So let's just get everything all set up. Moving things over. I forgot to turn on and put in my headphones, so now I can hear. We might need to readjust the volume because it is loud for me. It is loud. There we go. Let's drop the audio volume from the desktop. Because, you know, we don't need a whole lot of Magical Girl music, but it's like a 90s Magical Girl anime. So, we have picked up, we have left Verona, we are back in our world in high school. And so we're back on the main menu. We can save, we can battle, settings. Okay, the party feature is locked. Tutorials, we can chat with each other. Let's chat with each other, shall we? Okay, Imogen is the team leader, as far as it seems so far. First time in the new trauma room. I bet this is going to be a great year. You know, when you're dealing with high school groups, you got to have someone who's excited, right? Okay, so what did I do wrong? Okay, so... okay, here we go. Have you started the script yet? I don't have it memorized yet. I'm so behind. I don't want to let anyone down. Paulina is more or less the party healer. I think I can fit another 15 minutes of practice in if I take away the rest of my eating time. No, don't do that. I did that in high school for... well, it wasn't for drama, it was for orchestra. No, we don't do that, honey. We don't do that. Don't do that. Viola is our athletic girl. I've been really into King of Decathlon lately. It's this super cool anime about this kid who wants to become the ultimate decathlete. I mean, when I was in high school, we got the anime that we got back on fan-made and fan-dubbed VHS tapes, which tells you how long ago that was. Or we watched things like Vampire Hunter D, which was on HBO at like 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. I recommended it to Miranda, but she said there weren't as many magical ninja decapitations as she wanted. I want to play a game with magical ninja decapitations that's not Ninja Gaiden. Implying that it had some magical ninja decapitations? Well, duh, it's an anime after all. Okay, so we get random party chat. Rosalind is our Velma Dinkley. She's our smart girl. The look on Paulina's face when Romeo started flirting with her was worth any amount of roses. Yeah, because for those of you who weren't watching the last one, Paulina was like, oh, Romeo and Juliet, the great love story. Which it's not. It's a tragedy because rich kids don't get told no enough. And we find out that Romeo is basically an unfaithful player. Surprise, surprise. Miranda, don't look at me. I'm totally not playing Cosmic Star Heroine instead of reading my assignment. Why would you think that? I mean, we all know the kid who put the comic book inside their textbook, right? She went on to write urban fantasy paranormal romance novels. I just wanted to borrow a pencil. And we have Beatrice. But it's probably Beatrice, I keep forgetting. I've been rereading Dante's Commedia, and so because he's Italian, or technically Florentinian, because Italy wasn't a country at the time, it was independent city-states. Beatrice was pronounced Beatrice. So, and honestly, I think in early modern English she would have been Beatrice as well, because we were still at that point in our phonology, as we assume it. We routinely save worlds, and we still have to handle mountains of homework. It's plain wrong. Look, as a former educator, I honestly think students would do better with less homework. Or we make time in class for them to do the quote-unquote homework. Because there's a lot of evidence that shows in the literature that homework only benefits upper class and upper middle class students. So why burden students with extra work when we could just build our class time around them doing those assignments? But I have left academia for the world of consulting, so it's not my problem anymore, but I do hope that at some point the homework load for students does decrease. This sort of stuff is how you get supervillains. You know, I'm honestly surprised Batman doesn't have a supervillain who is a grad student who had way too much work to do. I mean, given the number of academic supervillains Batman has to deal with, it would make sense, right? So let us continue, shall we? Imogen is walking to class. I thought classes would never end, especially English class today. I think Ms. Marlowe needs to see a therapist. If she's... excuse the cough, I'm battling a little bit of a cold. If Ms. Marlowe is anything like Kit Marlowe, for whom she seems to be named, she probably could use a therapist. They haven't ended for me. I have cram school today. Seriously? That's the worst. My parents expect me to get into the best university, and that means I need to ace the entrance exam. Oh, Rosalind. You have my parents. I know the feeling. I understand. My parents aren't nearly that strict. I know they just want what's best for me, but sometimes it's a lot to live up to. Your cram school's over by my house, isn't it? Want some company on the way there? Of course! It's hard to believe that we have all these powers, but nobody here knows about it. Except for you, Bartolator. Ah, hello, Imogen. We're breaking the fourth wall again. Perhaps instead of being witty and funny, we should do our homework, right? Bartolator? What are you talking about? That's the name I gave the player. You can't go around calling them the Bartolator. No one will take them seriously. I suppose you have a better suggestion? Actually, I do. They shall be called the Thespian. Normally I'm called a lesbian, but, you know, a thespian works too. I guess that is better. Thespian it is. Anyway, isn't it for the best that nobody knows about us? Nobody finds out about it because we only fight monsters when we're in the other worlds. But wouldn't it be cool if we got some recognition? We're basically super... No. Imogen, I'm going to stop you right there. Because that's how you get alien invasions into your own world. Have you ever read a book or seen a movie? If people find out about us, they would stick us in a lab and do creepy experiments on us. That too. Good point. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe you're right. Of course I am. Yeah, Rosalind has the glasses, therefore she's the nerd. Hey, did I hear that? I don't know about you, but I definitely heard something. Let's go check it out. Uh-oh, the music changed. Monsters? Here? Quick, let's transform! Don't we all want a magical girl transformation sequence? I mean, oh, it would make getting ready for work or getting ready to go out so much easier. Oh, Rosalind, that's such a cute outfit anyway. And we all know the rules of magical girl anime, right? The shorter the skirt, the more powerful you become. It's just the two of us. And the thespian. Don't forget them. The thespian doesn't count. These monsters aren't going to eat the thespian if we fail. There's no time to get help. We've got to stop them before they hurt someone else. Okay, let's use our basic attack to start with. So, Scepter Smash! Against the shadows. Rosalind can use Raging Fire, which will attack the entire front row, which is a good idea. Ow. Fine, if you're going to be a butthead. Okay, she can't use Raging Fire, but she can use Winter's Frost. And again, like I said earlier, I'm playing this on easy mode because I want to see the story, and I don't have the patience to grind out experience levels and circle towns and fight monsters like I did when I was 7. Okay, I don't think anyone else saw us. More of them? This doesn't look good. Die, foul fiends! What? It can't be. There's 2 Imogens? Trust your eyes, for they are not false. Wait, okay, Old English Imogen, or technically early modern English, because Shakespeare was not Old English. Old English sounded a whole lot more like German, and it's what we get in Beowulf. So, when we have the Shakespearean English dialogue, we can press right, and we get the Zeboyd Games, quote-unquote, translation, which is, what you see is what you get. It's not always accurate, but it's always going to be a little bit humorous and sarcastic. Peril threatens all the planes of existence. The void approaches, and only you can stop it. Something bad's coming, and you need to save us. Okay, now I want to find a way to do this in Monster of the Week, which is a TTRPG that I have been playing the hell out of. Well, I don't play TTRPGs so much as I run them. Oh, a magical... Oh, we could do this. There's enough. We could do a magical girl Monster of the Week. Oh, this is gonna be... This is gonna happen. What is it? What's going on? Time is a harsh mistress that takes from us that which we need most. I must bid thee adieu. Laters! Oh, I really need Shakespeare done like this. I really, really need Shakespeare done like this with this type of a translator on the side. Oh, it would be so much fun. Well, that was weird. We need to discuss this with everyone else. Oh no, I'm going to be late to class. Could you please text everyone and let them know what has happened? Right away. Okay, so after class, I can't believe you saw another Imogen. It was unreal. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. I'm kind of freaking out. We looked exactly the same. But she definitely didn't talk like you. She must be from one of the other worlds. I can't wait to meet my doppelganger. Are there more copies? I hope there's one of me. Of course, Imogen isn't the only one who is also a character in a Shakespeare play. Oh, now the naming conventions come out. And wouldn't everyone have a doppelganger? Be more likely than the only Imogen having one. An infinite number of monkeys on typewriters typing infinitely would eventually write all of Shakespeare's works. I hate that. That is way too much to think about. Exactly. Just like what happened in Volume 28 of Infinite Romance when the multiverses merged together. No, we don't need multiverses merging. We don't need that. No one needs that. But here we are. We must have doppelgangers out there too. This is all very interesting, but we need to get to work on our play. A comedy of errors is going to be a disaster if we all don't focus. Would it be a comedy of errors? Yeah, about that. A comedy of errors is so boring. I agree, it kinda is. Do you all feel that way? I finally read the play and it's just like the same joke over and over again. So it's like network TV. Somebody else looks like you but isn't acting like you. Isn't this funny? Answer, no it's not. It's a classic Shakespeare play. Oh, I need to turn some air on. It's getting a bit... Even with the window open, airing out the house, it's getting warm in here. So, I've got my fan going. Just because it's a classic doesn't mean it's good. Thank you, Miranda. This is something I always try to tell students. The classics are classics because primarily a bunch of old rich white guys said, hey, these other old rich white guys, or people who were paid by old rich white guys to kiss their ass, wrote stuff that we like, that speaks to us. If it doesn't speak to you, maybe it's because you're from a different group of people and it wasn't written with you as the intended audience. Some of it is still good. Some of it is something we can appreciate as a product of its time, but just because it's classic doesn't mean you have to like it. Yeah, Miranda's right. It's so bad. The production has already been announced, so it's too late to change to a different play. We should make our own adaptation. Ooh. I like you, Beatrice. You're now my favorite. Like a horror version. Or a sci-fi version. That's a great idea. We can make it take place in a video game company. Comedy of errors, get it? It would be about coding errors. Baseball has errors. Let's do baseball. What is wrong with you people? You mean in general or now? Silent, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty well, Silent, aside from this cold. Just trying to spend some time here because with Twitter going defunct and error-filled, heck, someone could make a comedy of errors about Twitter these days. And Silent, you are not an old white guy. You're probably younger than I am, right? Please be younger than I am, Silent. But I'll do whatever the group decides. What do you think, Imogen? Oh, great. Let the thespian pick. Screw it. Video games, traditional, or baseball? Video games. Video games and Shakespeare? Seriously? Count me out. Age is a state of mind. And since my mind actually got sleep last night, my mind feels disturbingly younger than usual. As I sip my found familiar coffee, which probably should be tea given my throat, but here we are. And Miranda butts in, "Don't worry, I've got this." Given that we know that Shakespeare's English sounded a lot more like Appalachian, I have this weird temptation to, except I don't do a good Appalachian American English dialect, which doesn't sound like I'm being insulting. If I keep going much longer trying it, my German will come out, and we don't need that right now. I think Miranda's about to tag into the party. Oh, she'll have a script done by tomorrow. Translation: the anime video game nerd is going to stay up all night, bang something out on a keyboard. Tomorrow, you're joking, you're going to write an entire script overnight? Rosalind, allow me to introduce you to something called ADHD. And it's how some of us function. Which is also why I'm trying to force myself to draft the next book really, really slowly. Ooh. As long as Appalachia sounds English? I mean, it does sound like Elizabethan English. Every time I try to sound Southern, well, this is as close to Southern as I can get without sounding like I am being a bit insulting. So, all those years of learning German, English, French, Irish, and then more archaic languages, Old English, Old Norse, Old French, Old High German, Middle High German, Latin, and Greek. It makes it hard for people to figure out where I'm actually from, and for the most part, I like that. So now we're back. Caliban. I grew up with German, learned French and English at my boarding school. Irish I picked up in college, and then all the others were part of grad school because when you deal with medieval and classical texts, you eventually learn the languages and everything connected to it. And every medievalist learns Latin because it was the lingua franca. And I learned Greek because I was an overachiever and got bored in the summer, and it was offered. But we conned Harvard linguist Lisi Oliver to teach us Old Irish, but she refused to teach us Sumerian, and we begged for that one. So now we are in. Wait! The coach is teaching math? That's math on the chalkboard. So Coach Caliban is teaching math? Everyone knows that coaches in American schools tend to teach social studies, right? This ought to be interesting. All right, Caliban, please tell me your first name is Stebos. I can tell from the giggling that you've already noticed that I am not your... Oh. Wait, Coach Caliban is subbing for the English teacher now? What happened to Miss Marlowe? Miss Marlowe subbed yesterday. Miss Lofgren's sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia is acting up again. True, I guess sports do require maths. And yes, if you heard me right, I said maths, because where I grew up, there were more than one math. But, and I was good at maths. Wasn't very good at most sports. Archery I was okay at. Fencing I was good at. I ended up with baseball and softball when we went over here. The only sports I follow besides Olympic fencing and Olympic archery are Bundesliga football, proper football, and when I get a chance we'll head out to what used to be called the Londoner, because a bunch of British expats who came over here during the Thatcher years, created an English pub so they could watch English football, soccer for any Americans who tune in, and because we happen to know the owner, sometimes I can get them to play Bundesliga for me so I can watch Bayern. Ooh, basketball and rugby. I enjoy watching people play rugby. I try watching people play baseball, but baseball is just so boring to watch. It's so slow. Although my partner, who is a huge fan of American football, says the same thing about proper football, I may end up finding my way to bother her at work the next few days, depending on what time Germany's playing in the World Cup. So anyway, Miss Lofgren is sick, and she's home in bed. I have not looked up what that is. I'm not going to, because it sounds terrifying. Thank you, Rosalind. Nerd. Isn't that just brain freeze? Your brain... And so, of course, Coach Caliban, your brain is a muscle, just like any other. It needs to be treated with the greatest of care. And that is true, which is why we need to not overburden ourselves, and we need to rest. Something I am not good at. I know someone who had brain freeze once, didn't take it seriously, and he's dead now. The coroner said the cause of death was a traffic accident, but we all know the truth. But this conversation is getting out of bounds. I'm Coach Caliban, and while I think this English stuff won't help you one bit after school, let's get into it. Yes, because understanding the human experience, how to write, and how to communicate, that won't help you at all. I see here you've been studying Twelfth Night. Who is the character of Orsino? Girl with the glasses, what you got? Wow. Me? Yeah, you'll do. So, what's the answer? Orsino is the Duke of Illyria. Is that right? Let's see. That matches the answer that your teacher wrote down here, so good for you. Ooh, wow, this is painful. Moving on. Balthazar, your turn. Why does Sir Andrew try to pick a fight with Sebastian? I don't know, Coach. I've been busy with football practice that I didn't read the assignment. Good on you for having your priorities straight. Anyone? Thespian, do you know? Oh, let's see. He was dressed weird. Sebastian insulted his mother. He stepped on Sir Andrew's plushie. He thought Sebastian was Cesario. Now, again, guys, I'll be honest. I haven't read Twelfth Night since grad school? Was it grad school? Or was it undergrad? When did I took Shakespeare tragedies and late tragedies and histories in undergrad. No, it would have been grad school. It was early in my grad school career, so probably around 2000, so... Scheisse. It's been 22 years, maybe 21 years since I took this. But with Shakespeare, the safe answer is he thought Sebastian was Cesario. And so that's what we're going to go with, even though this would be hilarious. When you look at Shakespearean plays, especially comedies, a mistaken identity answer is almost always a safe bet. It's just like if you're ever reading for a class and you have to read Wolfram von Eschenbach's Parsifal, which is one of the most amazing medieval Grail legends, and they ask you, what relationship does this character have to Parsifal? Cousin is almost always going to be a safe answer. One, because he's connected to a lot of people by vague medieval genetics, so cousin worked. And because he's European aristocracy, and there's a good chance there was incest going on. So, anyway. We're going to go with, he thought Sebastian was Cesario. He wanted to fight him because he thought Sebastian was Cesario. Sounds like those two punks both had it coming to him. He had it coming. He had it coming. Sorry, wrong genre. Well done, whoever answered. The class continues like this. Not much is learned. Ooh, that's a statement on American education. I should stop by. He only had himself to blame. You know what, Silent? Now I really need this type of a mashup to happen on the stage. I'm also sad that we're going to be missing 6 when 6 hits New Orleans because... 6 is such a wonderful, wonderful musical. I am not even going to bother pronouncing XOOX because I want to go hoch, which is actually too much voicing in the guttural there, but it should be hoch. But I know that it's probably something funny like kooks or zooks, so I'm not going to. She's going to get her some ramen. Wait, ramen, coffee, and donuts? That sounds really good, actually. I really want a donut. I need a Berliner. I should order some. So many flavors to choose from. Which should I get, Thespian? Well, what do we have? Dynamite chicken, mushroom and beef, ramen-flavored ramen. I wish my wife would jump into the chat, but I know that my wife is working a brunch shift right now, and, she's dealing with entitled assholes who spend a lot of money but don't fucking tip. Look, Americans, please tip your servers and anyone in the service industry. They don't make shit. They are underpaid, they are overworked, overscheduled, and if you have the money to go out to eat, you should make sure you have enough money to tip them at least 30%. It should not be based on quote-unquote good service, because that's a boomer bullshit myth. Oh, also, for those who don't know me well, who may be tuning in and finding this late, yes, I am a lady. That means I fucking enunciate my swear words. Also, the VTube avatar is because, I couldn't be bothered to put on makeup this morning. I'm tired. I'm old. Deal with it. And, right, Silent, tip culture is the worst. Your servers put up with way more bullshit than you probably have to. Tip them. Be kind. It doesn't take you any more effort to be nice to someone and to tip 30%. This is someone who is married to someone who's a culinary professional. This is someone who's been a server. This is someone who has taught dozens upon dozens of servers. Trust me. Servers talk to each other. You'll get a fucking reputation. They know that I tip well, and when they know you tip well, you tend to get better service. And especially for bar staff. Bar staff gets the short end of the stick because most drinks are $6 to $12, which means they might be getting a couple of dollars a tip. I've heard people say that, $1 a drink is good for a bartender. Look, if I tip my server 30%, I'm tipping my bartender 30%. Servers often have to share their tip with the bar staff, so make sure that both the server and the bartender are compensated fairly for their work. Also, I've reached that age, and this is a hint for any servers in my area. If you card me for my alcohol, there's an extra $5 in it for you right there. Yes, it's vanity, but you know what? You should also be carding all of us because you don't want to get in trouble with the ATF, and you don't want to get in trouble because you thought someone was older and they happen to not be, or a health inspector sees you not carding someone. So, card everybody. Make it a policy. Some people get upset about it. They can suck it. Anyway, back to the story. Dynamite chicken. Spicy. Bring it on. I do love my food spicy. My indigestion doesn't, but I do. Today I learned that there is such a thing as too spicy. Oh, Imogen, honey, you're in high school. Wait until you're middle-aged. It's been hours and my mouth is still on fire. Well played, little ramen. Well played. I could talk. Let's just keep going with the story because we haven't done a whole lot of anything. Oh, Miranda's hanging out again. I wish every day was a teacher in service day. Students wish that. Teachers sure as hell don't, because teacher in service days suck ass. Then I could spend more time on the really important things. Manga, video games, and arguing with people on the internet. Oh, so you're a teenage version of me in college. Where's Rosalind and Beatrice? They said they needed to study for exams. Boring. A whole day free and they go and waste it on schoolwork? So, what are we going to do? That's right. I don't think we actually planned out anything. High school. To be young, to have free time, to have energy. Back when I could handle running and playing a 7 or 8 hour D&D game. I heard they just opened a new panda exhibit at the zoo. I got it. Let's go to the skate rink. You like roller skating too? It's the best. I love moving quickly and not being able to stop. Yeah, Miranda has ADHD. Miranda has ADHD. I'm calling it now. And this doesn't have to do with the new arcade games they just got. The arcade. Some of the best times growing up were the parties my friends and I would have at the arcade. $20 or the equivalent, depending on where we were, in quarters. 4 hours later. All the fun. Why would you think that? Let's just do something. Where do you want to go? Psst. Where do you think we should go, thespian? I like pandas too. Panda time. The monkeys are so cute. Come on, monkey. Throw some poo. Throw some poo. Hey, this one looks like you, Miranda. Look at me. I'm a monkey. Eat, eat, eat. Come on, move, tiger. We don't have all day. Tigers are just big cats, and as someone who has 2 cats, you can check all of my social media. You'll get to see all of my cats. Cats do sleep a lot. They love to sleep. Leave the tiger alone. It's hot. It's probably tired. If the tiger isn't going to dance for my amusement, then what even is the point of this place? Give the tiger some catnip or a box. Wow, I didn't realize polar bears were that big. You wouldn't want to meet a polar bear alone in a dark alley. Hurry. The panda enclosure is next. So when are we getting a Salem Binks Twitch show? One, I've got to clean up my office. I got some new Ren Fair garb, and I'm trying to figure out where to store the 57 pounds of steel armor that I just bought myself, because steel armor doesn't exactly lend itself to clothes hangers. And so I've got to figure out what to do with that, because I need to clean up the remnants of my Alcina Dimitrescu cosplay that I prepared for Halloween, which I'm trying also not to make dressing as Lady Dimitrescu my entire personality, because it felt so good to be her, and I like wearing pretty dresses. So yeah, Salem will get her own Twitch show in the near future, or I'll have or once I get a tracking camera, we'll get a Salem Binks cam going so you can see what she's doing. This morning, she was on the catnip, and she was going. It was like me with 6 pots of coffee in me. So, to the pandas! Oh, no red pandas, just normal pandas. Aw, they're so cuddly! Excuse me, sir, but I'd like to buy your finest panda. Name the price. I'll have my people talk to your people. And now we're at the zoo restaurant with the overpriced food. I love zoos. Our zoo's not great, but ooh, I want to go to the zoo soon. I just want to go hang out at the zoo, ride the zoo train, see the animals. Although we're close enough to New Orleans, I could do an Audubon Zoo Day, which the Audubon Zoo is nice. Just have to plan, because walking the Audubon Zoo and my normal habit of stilettos is not a good combination. Ooh, I'll talk to Nixie. We'll plan one day when we're both off to do a day at the Audubon Zoo. Maybe hit Galatoire's. No. Screw anything in the French Quarter, because that's overpriced tourist trap. If we're going to do a chef restaurant in New Orleans, we're going to hit Emeril's Delmonico, because Delmonico was such a wonderful experience. I don't mind shilling for Emeril. Emeril has done so much for the city of New Orleans, which is my favorite place to be in this country. It made me feel like I was back home when I lived there. Maybe I should write a novel set in New Orleans, or set in a fictional city in Louisiana that is very, very strongly based on how I remember New Orleans being. That would be something to do. Probably for the R.S. Parker line of romances, if I were to do that. But Emeril's Delmonico. If you ever want to do Easter brunch at a high-end restaurant that's affordable, that is where I recommend. Get your reservations, because they do require reservations. Oh, there is one. Oh, there is. Old Orleans. is, of course, in France, which I haven't been there since I was like 8. I haven't been to Orléans, France, since I was 8, but Nouvelle-Orléans is the place to go in Louisiana if you want to have a really good, chill time, as long as you avoid the quarter and all the tourists. But back to me shilling for Emerald's food for a bit. We spent about $35 on food. Emerald's doesn't do bottomless mimosas for brunch, so you have to buy each cocktail. But still, the cocktails were like $12 a piece, and so with cocktails, we did spend $100 on our Easter brunch, but my wife looked amazing, I looked amazing. We had a wonderful experience with a live jazz band playing. Oh, I cannot recommend Emerald's enough. Galatoire's in the quarter is good. The old Absinthe House is overpriced schlock. They're playing on nostalgia and legend. They don't even properly serve the absinthe, either in the Parisian or the Bohemian style. Oh, one day when I put on my makeup, I'll have to actually bring out my pewter absinthe fountain, and I'll actually drink absinthe on stream. Maybe when I'm playing a more gothic dating sim and trying to ruin my fictional character's love life, because I'm that bitchy German. So, let's keep going with the story, shall we? Come on, say the name! We're at the Zooteria. At least they don't call it the Zootopia. Did you seriously get the... They have Dino Nuggets? I don't want Dino Nuggets. What? They're super cute. Leave me alone. This is a zoo. They don't even have any dinosaurs at this park. How cool would that be? Oh, great. You know, when my sister was getting her master's degree at Belmont in Nashville, Tennessee, their zoo did an animatronic dinosaur exhibit for a bit. That was super fun to go through. It was a fun walking exhibit. Yeah, dinosaurs would be cool until you forget how many Jurassic Park films, plus the Michael Crichton novel, that reminded us that science and capitalism together mean bad things are going to happen, like pharmaceutical industry and the overpricing of things like insulin, because the designer of insulin wanted it to be free for everyone so people could live. By the way, for those who haven't figured it out, I'm a leftist. My policies are very, very left. And so I am not going to shill for a company, but I will shill for an individual. I will shill for someone I know. And yeah, right, silent, anything plus capitalism becomes bad. Everyone, oh good lord, by every god who has ever been worshipped, the Zoolicious Cafe. I think we still have some more time. Did we miss anything? I think we've been everywhere already. Uh-oh. I feel weird. This isn't natural. Where are we? A subspace pocket intersecting the reality of the local zoo, I'd say. See, manga can be helpful sometimes. If we defeat whatever nightmare is in here, will we return back to reality? Maybe. Did Viola just turn into a panda? Let's hurry. I want to go back and stare at some more pandas. Viola, you look like a panda. Really? Ooh, I want to see. Do you have a mirror? We'd better transform. Do we get Panda Bear transformation sequence? Chic and professional Yes, we're getting a... Okay, how much more ridiculous is this game gonna get? I'm sure we could probably get my wife to stream this game, and she'd probably enjoy it a lot more than the fact that she has plans and we have plans for her to stream horror games so we can watch her get scared. This must be the source. Let's go! Okay, so we fight the monsters. See, Scepter Smash, Balancing Act, Party Power-Up, Self-Heal, Piercing Damage. Let's see. Scepter. No, let's Unite. No. Fine, we'll Scepter Smash. I know, right? Everyone needs a good anime transformation sequence. It would make... I want one in real life. So we do get Panda Power. So let's see. Regeneration. So let's just attack... Ooh, random damage. The Tiger breathes fireballs? Great. I know I could look at the weaknesses, but I'm not going to do it. So we defeated all the enemies with the power of pandas and friendship. Oh, they leveled up. Imogen gained a new trait. Viola, you're back to normal. I kind of liked Panda Viola. I miss Panda Viola already. Let's go back and watch the elephants. Come on, we only have 3 more hours left before they close. I'm still not so sure about this script. Oh, we're back at the drama room. It'll be great, trust me. Well, it's too late to back out now. Break a leg, everyone. Wait, are we gonna do the play? Oh, what's going on? This can't be happening. My code for this hot new video game we're developing isn't working. But it was working a second ago. And this is definitely my code. Can't possibly be a clone of my code with slight differences. Oh, wait. It was a clone of my code with slight differences. However, did this happen? We have a serious problem, Ace Programmer Mira. It's good that you came to me first. What's the problem? You know our upcoming game, Breath of Death Apocalypse? You know that I do. I'm the lead programmer on it. Our competitor, Rival Soft, is making a game with the exact same name. Oh no! And their Breath of Death 1, the sequel, is terrible. For those of you that don't know, Breath of Death is a series of fantasy RPGs that Z-Boy Games, who make this game, also produce. Fun games. People will see their game and think our game is terrible. I need you to stop them, and do it fast, or I'll have your keyboard on my desk. Also, I want pictures of Spider-Man. I can explain everything. I have an evil clone, and she's the one that killed all these... Who the fuck died? I knew it couldn't have been you. You were busy making all the best video games for our company. And I knew you'd be the one to solve the case. What better detective than the one who could commit the crime, but didn't? Now, back to work on our next game. The graphics are already done, since that's what gets finished first. Right. What on earth was that? Why did you replace a perfectly good Shakespeare play with that thing? Because Comedy of Errors is boring. Why didn't you shut things down, Rosalind? I thought it was funny. Not the play, just the whole situation. I was very amused. I can't possibly show my face in school tomorrow. People will think I was responsible. Oh, lighten up. The reputation of the Stratford-upon-Avon High Drama Society is ruined. Ruined! I got another SOS. This time it's from the world of The Winter's Tale. What do they need us to do? There's been a murder and it looks supernatural. They want us to investigate and stop whoever did it, or whatever did it. Ooh, a murder mystery. I love murder mysteries. This is real life, Miranda, not a comic book. It's called manga, and you know that. The Winter's Tale, Paulina. That's where your namesake is from, isn't it? Yes, I wonder what the Paulina from the other world is like. We'll find out soon enough. Everyone ready? Other dimensional portal, activation! Is everyone okay? No problems here. Yay, I made it this time! I only brought 2 other people this time, and I was trying so hard to bring everyone. But one of them is me, Miranda, ace detective. Reading detective manga doesn't make you an actual detective. But having the badge and magnifying glass from the collector's edition does. Let's get this over with. If we ask around, we'll find the clues we need. Everyone knows the first thing you do in a murder case is investigate the crime scene. First-hand witnesses are the most important evidence. Nuh-uh, first-hand investigation is. Obviously, we're going to ask around and investigate the scene. Stop fighting. Sorry, I just got so excited because I'm actually here and not stuck at the theater. Everyone, it's time to transform. Gratuitous transformation sequence episode. Activate! Yep, I'm bobbing along to the music. Ooh, cute outfit. Oh, I know. Oh, it would make changing clothes for events so much easier. And it would make me even more dramatic than I already am. Okay, so while we're here, I think this would be a really good spot to save, so I am going to save, and it's probably be a good place to end the stream. So, Silent, thank you for hanging out with me, thank you for chatting, and to everyone who sees this later, thank you so much. I am Robin Schadel. I am primarily an author and not a game streamer, but heck, why not stream video games where I can start talking about my books? My latest novel, Crossroad Blues, which you can see in the upper right-hand corner, or lower right-hand corner, sorry I changed it this morning, is out now everywhere online. The paperback is not exactly available through Amazon because Amazon has this weird glitch that's going on, but you can get it everywhere else. All of my other books are available as well. And it is always a pleasure seeing you, Silent. We will have to find some way to do it more in real time than just this. But thank you very much for joining me. There's a chance I may pop on without using the VTube avatar this evening and play the demo of Resident Lover, which is a dating sim in the world of Resident Evil Village. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not, but otherwise I will probably be doing this every weekend until I beat it, if not more frequently. So thank you for joining me. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Get some rest, everyone. Yep, a dating sim. One of my favorite things to do when my partner is working nights is to put on something really sexy, pour myself a glass of wine, play a dating sim, and make fun of bad dialogue, while simultaneously trying to ruin the main character's dating life, because I'm German and Schadenfreude is my kink. So, You can check out my socials. They are pretty much all Robin_Schadel. My Twitter, my Instagram, my Mastodon are down there. My books are all available on Amazon. Like I said, you can check that out for information. If you like Kindle and you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, all of my books are free to read that way. Thank you very much for joining me, or by stopping and watching later.